157. I am your host, ZXT Ranger Goo, as usual, and thank you very much for joining me tonight on CCFN. We have on Team 1 Big Gucci Killers, ZXD, Exacted, and UTF, and on Team 2 Project Phoenix, Guardians, Friendly Warface, and Legendary Dudes, fighting on Fool's Road version 3, Russian versus Americans. One of my favourite maps for this game. I really do like Fool's Road with its foliage. It's very linear in its cap zones. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, very linear in the cap zones. It's hard for the Americans to rush and cut off the cap zones here. Same for the Russians rushing through. You know, they could come down here, village and hill, but due to the terrain, you know, village can be capped, hill can be taken before we can the Russians can get there. And then they're so close to the concentration of American forces in this location, so it's very hard to rush. The Americans do have a chance to rush ammo depot and hilltop engagement, as usually when you're the Russians, you tend to drop one off there, maybe a couple here, and then get hilltop. And the big tactic here is Russian fob Papanov. For the Russians, it's you can get there before the Americans. You can do the hill jump into it, lay down your fob and hab, and get in there. The Americans do tend to try and come on the eastern side and possibly lay down a fob and hab here to attack from the east. But the main clincher here is Small Village, where the Russians can rush into Small Village and stop this cap for the Americans. The Americans do need to reinforce this area quite, you know, with most of their guys with strikers and all that, to stop this Small Village rush. So we know that there's some back caps going on. We know that there's going to be a rush up for Papanov. So the pinnacle point of this battle in the first 10 minutes will be at this crossroads section going up to Fob Papanov. The Russians can get into their BTRs down here to ambush the faster moving vehicles such as the transports. Back in the old version, you know, the 30mm would take out strikers so easily in this game, but the strikers do have the upper hand facing off against the BTRs. The BTRs do need the two BTR, one striker at this rate. So let's see what's going on here. So typical rush here. No BTRs. Wow, okay, so no BTRs being rushed outside of... No BTRs being used at all. So we have a full squad here. One jump on a fortress, what we kind of expected. Ammo depot is going to be next. As we can see here, so BGK's rushing Small Village. ZXD is going to be rushing Papanov. Bad news for BJK, that he's going to get head on with this striker. And strikers ambushed this whole platoon here, or whole squad. BJK's rush missed on the, definitely hit on the RPG there with the MRAP, but they're facing off three strikers at the moment. Strikers rushing forward to ZXD's zone. And as we did say on the map before, there's going to be a logic going up here in the top right hand side. Striker rushing on the western side. He's going to be out in the open at the moment. He's going to spot 4 BTRs. ZXD's safe at the moment in that in Papanov. But bad news for BJK. They should have expected that. They should have never rushed into Small Village at that stage. They should have came on the western side here, debusted guys from the truck, and move in and secure these areas. But rushing in like that is down to a lack of training and preparation for this type of map. They should have known that they could not break that, get past that area before those strikers. You know, more training needs to be on that point there, because anybody knows that you can't rush those strikers on that area. Only if you're in a BTR, you're about to head on and be distracted against those strikers. So we do have FDOBF moving on the eastern side here. Typical point of putting the fob and hab, putting some fire down onto the radio. But ZXD are... Sorry, radio, because it's got a radio master, Papanov. ZXD are going to be struggling here on the defense point unless they get help, because FWF in a nice position there with that 240 Bravo with that scope looking down against any enemy trying to come out of that hab there. See, BJK being taken out. They need to get a sniper or try and outflank this point. So great position from FWF on that hill there with that M240 Bravo. So 195 to 214. Strikers are still in play. No BTRs. Let's have a look there. So Ammo Depot has been rushed by the red team. So Ammo Depot has been rushed. Great play from the red team here at the moment. They've cut off on the depot. So depot is not going to be taken because I feel like these guys are going to rush into Exacted. Exacted, they've only got one more alive here at the moment. And that's it. Cap stops. Excellent play from LD there at the moment on Ammo Depot. You could have expected that kind of rush. ZXD Lead did call out that LD will try to rush a point and stop the back cap. So UTF now are a squad. So they have two full squads here basically on the back caps, which is what you kind of need in a way. But ZXD will not hold this point on Papanov. They're being attacked from the high ground. They're in a difficult position here. BJK should never have rushed Village at that far point. They should have stopped on the western side, set up an ambush point with the RPGs, and hunkered down into Village. And then they could secure this area instead of rushing through on the eastern side. But BJK now starting to spawn onto Papanov to try and help defend this area. Fant and Devaji are pushing out. But they know that their enemy are coming in thick and fast, so this is going to be a tough fight. Hill is uncontested at the moment, so UTF are gonna have to now push through to this area and try and trying to get one guy in to capture this point. It's a great play from the red team there, bad play from the blue team. 202 to T32, blue team on the back foot. There are two full squads here. They ideally just need to send the full load out. They don't need to keep anybody back. Maybe just one person to watch the radio and the hab. They just need to push out and get one guy into this area to start capping these flags. Because once Village has been taken, they only need one person in here to take this. But the red team have faltered on the attack on the northeastern side of Papanov. Blue team have pushed out, trying to meet the engagement. Nice little tactic gameplay there. Instead of being hunkered into the radio, they've started to push out. They know that there is a fob and hab up here. It's a typical kind of style of gameplay on the eastern side here. But the red team do have some great Overwatch positions with snipers and M240 Bravos. Village is being secured. BJK being a bit of a harassment on the strikers there. But there's not a lot they can do just on their own. You know, the strikers do have a good amount of armor. One RPG shot ain't going to do a lot on those strikers. So let's go back over to Ammo Depot. Trying to push through at the moment. They know that they're coming from the east, so they've started to push their defense to the east. So Exacted now are in the cap, I believe. I should have the cap zones up. Where's my cap zone button? 8? No. There we go. Cap zone button is up. So we should see the cap zones now. They are in the maybe just in or out of the cap zone. So they are capturing the point now. Finally, they need to take out this point. That point wasn't going to last without much reinforcements from LD. They've brought up a Logi, I believe. Might put down a radio and a hab. They've got 4 guys coming in from the south. A rally point there, and that's about it. So they're going to come in and try and cut off the reinforcements from the east. UTF unaware of any contact on the south side. They're going to move in the northeast, so they're going to get caught unaware from that fire from the south. UTF are still sat here on Hilltop. There's only a couple of them, so not committed the whole team. And ZXD are still defending this point with BJK. So we have Fob and Hab on the hill 1, 2, 3 with mortar support. Once you get those mortars down onto the Papanov, it's going to be a lot harder to move about. They know that the hub is out in the open, so it can be easily taken out. Strikers on the western side. I do have a bug on my screen. I don't know if you guys are hearing this or seeing the bug, but the 50 cal bugs out on my game, so I can't hear it. 194 to 229. Striker has taken out the troop transport. Has taken an RPG hit. Tempest coming in from the northern side. He knows that there's a striker there. Is he anything other than an RPG guy? He is RPG. He is the hat. Going to get a nice side shot. Nice side shot there from Tempest. It is smoking. It is taking some damage. So that striker will be RTB. Red team has failed to capitalise on this push on the eastern side and from village. They've committed to too many people down. Oh! Kaboom! Kerbal goes boom. Literally makes a striker go boom. Excellent shot there from Kerbal there. Now taking out the rest of the infantry coming out of that striker. Great play from Kerbal. Wish I actually caught that. I only heard it. But blue team are now starting to push out on the eastern side here. 212 to 213 tickets. It has equalised with the capture of Ammo Depot. Hilltop will be taken soon. So LD have failed to capitalise on this move. Striker move on the southwest side. Or P2. P2's moving in on the southwest side, so very pointless at the moment, unless you're going to try and stop any vehicles coming in. Still, the blue team have not moved any of their vehicles out. Maybe that's a tactical play that they know the strikers are very strong in this kind of game, but they do need some vehicle support. Knowing that one striker is down, but there are still two strikers here in play. One going far west and one going east as support. Blue team have done very well. ZXD and THR BJK have done very well of moving and securing this hab. It's a very hard point to attack because of the high ground, but red team have failed to defend this point very at all. So they will take this point right now, and that's going to be tickets. So once Papanov has been secured, as no one in village at the moment really. Where are the red team? A few sporadic guys here at north of village, couple over there. There's not a lot of red team about at the moment. Zacted are starting to move out to Hill 1, 2, 3, but now the red team are starting to reinforce this whole area coming down, and they need to get to village quickly. They didn't put up any habs up in the village, which they should have done to secure this area. Blue team have finally pushed out from Hilltop. Sorry, Ammo Depot, going to Hilltop, securing. UTF does now need to try and move off this point to secure their comrades on Papanov and Village. Because these guys here, the blue team, are in a prime position to swamp Village and push into Hilltop at the exactly the same time. Because while the red team are concentrating on Village, you can have a whole team coming in from the southwest and neutralise this hab, which cuts all reinforcements off at this point. So at the moment, Exacted could move up to Hill, secure this hab and fob. UTF move in and cover the south of the village, and the rest of the team moves into village. ZXD know that once they take this hab, there's going to be no enemy forces up by this area, so they could just push down and leave Papanov with a small defence force. So Strike is being loaded up at the moment. Did you like that, guys? New zooming in feature. Squad physics, love it. So Striker is there. Looks like they are going for a charge. Logi moving in from the west. Striker moving in from the southeast. Fully loaded up. So Logi's RPG miss on that Striker. They're going to charge in. They're going for it, lads. This is it. This is going to be a pinnacle point on Papanov. They need to destroy this Striker. It's coming in. Striker's been hit. D-buses soon. There we are. 1, 2, 3. All coming out the Striker now. 3 dead. 3 dead from the Americans from that machine gun there. Grenades going out. Taking out those guys. 3 guys on the right dead. They're in a bit of a pickle at the moment. That Logi transport. Oh, Paso La Vista been taken out by Fraggy. But that transport truck there stopping the entrance point has kind of faltered their attack. I don't know if they knew that or not, but they kind of really needed to rush in. This whole little attack has faltered. Great plan from the red team. Love to see that kind of ballsy move. Unfortunately, it has failed to them. That's what we want to see in CCFN. Moments like that. Rushing, fuck it, don't give a shit. Let's just get fucking in there and have some fun. Hasn't paid off, unfortunately. Just one of those things, but nice play from the red team. But blue team did manage to defend it. Play on the BJK here. Pushing through down to East Village. Trying to put pressure onto the hill. And as we said before, Exacted are moving up onto Hill 123. They've taken down this area here where the fob and has is. Mr. Bear is pretty much neutralising that point. FWF too far away to move back, but they should be communicating on the comms right now saying let's fall back to 123. Hab and fob's being taken out. So once they reinforce Village, they know that they're going to have enemy coming in from the rear, but they have finally put a fob and Hab down onto Village. Let's have a look at the map here right now. So we do have more to support from the Hilltop encampment. UTF are finally moving off Hilltop encampment, coming down from the east to support on the western side of the small village. ZXD kind of nicely defending that point on Papanov and pushing out slowly onto Village. And we do have Exacted. So at the moment, as you can see, it's quite a messy map. Let's try and get away from these mortar barrages. It's quite loud. But it's quite a messy map at the moment. But the blue team are slowly tightening the noose on Village, coming in from the outflanks. 242 to 158. At the start of the game, I would have thought, you know what, red team might have it here. Red team, with the tactics, what they did, they pushed through on the eastern side with that Hab, rushed Hilltop, didn't really reinforce Village, and with the wasted tickets at the start by BJK, rushing far Village, you know, I thought, you know, red team, oh, that was a nice little push in, might have gotten it, but no, blue team have bounced back straight away. Managed to secure the areas, take down the Habs and the Fobs, most importantly. They managed to take down Hilltop. They reacted very well from... They reacted very well from Hilltop. They all spawned at the Hab at Hilltop, set down by UTF. Nice back Hab there. And respawned and take down Ammo Depot. So nice reaction from blue team and adapting to that red rush. So a few dead here by blue, I assume. Yeah, a few dead there for some reason. Might have been a mortar or something like that, but they're going to get those guys up. So the main point of attack now is on Village. Exacted are struggling on this point. I would have thought they would have secured this whole area. They had a whole squad up here, but it looks like they've all been taken out. Maybe a bit of tunnel vision there, just on the Hab, not securing their surroundings. Thinking no one's about, and P2 have just come in and wiped them out while they're trying to take down this Hab and Fob. So at the moment, Exacted have struggled on this point. There's no one about. Yeah, there's 2 guys here, but there is a runny there, so it's easily reinforced. 221 to 137. Village is now the main point of contact here. Oh, so the red team, so the blue team might have been taken out by P2 up here. Let's see what they are. Are they snipers? No, Striker. So Striker has been laying down fire onto the Papanov there. So they need to get some outflanking maneuver here to take it out with RPGs, or bring up a beta and shoot it in the rear. So smoke being laid down by Hilltop Mortar for you to have to try and move in. So Zax is still trying to move onto this hab. Robin and Dart 4. Fortunately, coincidence and Surge taking that Dart 4, unaware that there's enemy nearby. When you're running around a hub and fob there, you kind of bit of tunnel vision. You kind of realise there's no one here at the moment. Grenade going in. Alex has just spawned. Reload. Sarge going to kill him. He's got the reload in. Running around like a... This is Tom and Jerry, cat and mouse. And Serge Caravan to take out Robin there. Coke coming in as a reinforcement. So Exacted do have a mission here. They can take this point out as long as they keep reinforcing this area. Zulu is coming in from behind of Exacted at the moment. Exacted unaware. Zulu could play this very smart right now. Not shoot the first person he sees. Nice play there. Takes down 3. 1, 2, 3 KO. Zulu being very cautious there. Didn't kill the first guy he saw. Waited to see some more guys. Knew that was coming in the rear of them. Nice play. So this whole attack by Exacted has been stopped. They must be aware that there must be a rally around here. So Exacted just respawned. They're going to try that attack again. I think that's the only thing that Exacted can do is keep pressure on this whole southeastern side. But they do have a hab up on village, so they're going to keep spawning up there as well. But it is a squad for a squad. Well, yeah. It says Shuffle Mice has just team killed Rambo somewhere. UTF are struggling to move in. They are sporadic EO. Must be LD and FWF on that hillside. ZXD on the defense right now. Nice setup from the guys on the hills to stop any kind of outflank maneuvers. We do have P2 still on this area. 60 are going to try outflank. Is Darth RPG? Yeah, he is RPG. Trying to get a rear shot. Can't get too close. Yeah, I don't think that did any damage. Needed to get a rear shot of that RPG. Oh, BTR is inbound. 30 mil. Striker RTB at the moment getting the fuck out of dodge right now. Being stuck by contact trees, enemy trees right now. They must be on the Russian side. No, it is a shitbox coming down. BJK need to be careful. Striker right by him. Again, BJK doing the ballsy rushing move. P2 must have heard that truck coming down. Fob, so they are going to put a hab here. Striker moving in. I think that might have been a hit, not too sure. But again, Striker being quite resilient at the moment. Definitely took a hit there. Ambush from the hilltop here. They need to secure this area. kind of a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Exactly, have stopped their attack on that Hab. This Hab and Fob area has been taken down. We must have missed that. I don't know if Exacta took it down themselves or Red Team did it, but it is 170 to 98. Due to that ticket loss, I reckon Blue Team might have taken down that Fob and Hab. Blue Team suffering here at the moment. They've been, well, they managed to push up to the high ground, but the Red Team do have the high ground as well. This attack, it is a bit of a stalemate at the moment. I mean, they need to find that weakness. They need to find that flanking maneuver. I mean, BGK Nibras has managed to move right in there, across that road without being engaged because they're too busy engaging guys on the hills at the moment. Supporting fire coming down from that 30mm shipbox could cause a nuisance. Oh, wouldn't you love just to chuck a grenade here right now? My Revenge being outflanked by multiple enemies here right now. Should see that guy there. Bad shooting from My Revenge. Hasn't got his glasses on. Seraphin's heard the rounds. Shooting the other way. Oh, and gets taken up by Taxi MTK and the old sniper there. One 5, 6 to 8, 7 tickets. Stalemate on village. Mortars coming in now. Fob has been placed here, and a Hab is starting to be built. Very curious kind of location. Can be seen by a lot of guys. Yeah, not a very good Hab location right now. That can be seen from 3 different directions. P2 has it covered. So P2 and Zulu on this high ground, looking over that Hab, has been spotted. They're going to be relaying that information to the team. It's a very bad location for that Hab and Fob by BJK. I can see what they're trying to do there, trying to put an offensive Hab onto this sector here that can be easily lead onto hill. But they've not secured the flanks. They need to get rid of this Fob and Hab, dig it down themselves, or that's going to be a lot of tickets wasted from spawning and dying and losing the Hab. So they really need to take down this Hab. Not a good location for it. P2 are pushing out to the far northeast. FWF on the hill here. Davidge on his own securing the flank, but they've not spotted, well, they might have spotted this striker yet. Striker's been spotted. Davidge is a sniper, so he's going to keep an eye on it. It's not a lot he can do, but that communication is as strong as a weapon in this game. One 135 to 80 tickets. The blue team will lose the tickets on attrition here at this point in time. They have to get rid of that Hab and Fob. It is being overlooked and overwatched by the red team here at the moment, so they have to get rid of this Hab and Fob right now. Whole squad just been wiped out here with UTF. Pretty much a mass grave there right now. The red team have made some headway on this hill, and they could be in a position to push down the Papanov and putting pressure on there. But the red, you can see there's a lot of red here now. Blue team have now been lost that hab. That's going to be a lot of tickets for them. And you can see there's a lot of reds. They've gone from 150 to 126 in the space of a couple of minutes right now. A red team has sit comfortably within 10 tickets or 74. So this was a very, very bad play from BJK again on this hab and fob area. They're going to lose that. Again, yeah, tickets have gone down. Didn't think about that one, guys. Red team had that area secured and he put it right into their palm. It's 3 tickets to the red team. So blue team now, the only opportunity they have is to spawn out of the Papanov fob and try and push down this hill, which is the best option to attack village. There's a lot of cover on this hill and you've got buildings and trees in a way. All you need is put a squad up here on the southwestern side to cause sporadic fire to keep their to keep them distracted, but push down through this hill, secure the northern side and just push across. Best way to attack. But P2 are coming in to neutralize the hab sector here and the mortar sector by exacted. So exacted are unaware by P2 moving in. Luckily that they put a fob outside of the hilltop. So nice little play there because they think there's going to be a fob inside this area. So they've Exactors just got off the mortar straight away. Was he told that there was guys here? He's looking for guys. He's looking for them. UTF, or sorry, P2 might have just spotted him, but they'd been very sneaky, not opening fire, trying to find the fob, but they're unaware that the fob is on the outside. Obviously, I can't speak Turkish, but I assume they're saying there's enemy here. Now, luckily, P2 have gone down below in the tunnels trying to look for this fob, but they don't realise the fob's outside. So, nice little play there from the blue team. We do have another Logi coming in on the far western side on ammo, but that's, again, why is there 5 guys in this Logi? And that's 5 guys out of the attack. They need to... Oh, they're looking for the hab right now. They need to... not waste so many guys just doing nothing. So now they're fully aware that there is a contact down in the bunkers, moving up. Located the hab. One down. Unfortunately, Sarge Carr here is on the back foot. Yeah, unfortunately, they were on the back foot there. They've got a full team there. But again, I mean, there's literally a squad and a half there on Hilltop for no reason. They need to try and get those numbers over to Papanov and try and push down onto Hilltop. 98 to 59 tickets. Blue team was sitting comfortably in the lead by a good 70 tickets, and now they are losing tickets left, right and centre on this attrition. They lost that fob and hab. They have the advantage, and now it's getting a little bit closer now, a little bit tougher and closer to call. Blue team were comfortable. They were in the league to win this game quite easily, but now red team are starting to push back, start killing them at a faster rate than the blue team are killing them. Blue team did waste a fob and a hab for no reason. There is a lot of guys here, literally a squad and a half just sat here on the hilltop not doing a right lot. They need to push out and try and capture this point here. Red team are looking to stop enemy vehicles moving in, so they're going to stop the reinforcement. They do have a striker here. They're watching. Oh yeah, Steve Jobself will lose this ship box coming in. So nice play from the red team. Know that they're low on tickets here. They're looking to play in like an insurgent style gameplay, cutting off enemy reinforcements wherever they can to stop coming into reinforced logi runs on Papanov. Just hearing capping on village. I don't think they are. Too many reds here. So LD are placing rallies behind enemy lines here. With a Logi, 30 shipbox has been killed. Striker on the northeast, Fant's going to obviously scout the Striker on the western side. Striker on the hilltop here. So Papanov is being surrounded at this point in time. They can easily just pick off tickets here. So UTF needs to get this squad off. UTF has to push up hilltop and get the fuck off this area and support their teammates on village. Yes, there might be some guys here, sporadics, but you don't need a full squad to defend a cap that's not being defended. Or get rid of the fob and hab and just get off. No reason for UTF or Exacted to be here right now. They know that this point cannot be captured. They have to move up this point, dig down this fob and hab. There's no point having this sector here right now. At this stage in the game with 63 tickets, 39 tickets, dig down the fob and hab, get off that cap and support your guys. Because at the moment, there's only 2 squads in this whole area pretty much, and they have to get rid of that. So some bad play from blue team this round. At the start, they're great. They're playing great amazingly to get back those caps and get back that kind of ticket lead. But to the end of the game, they have pretty much faltered on this point. They got scared with 2 or 3 guys attacking hilltop, and they've reinforced this whole area. There's at least 12 guys here they need to get rid of at the moment. Well, not 12, but you get my drift. There's a squad and some other players. They need to come off this point, dig it down, which they have done. They have done. You see it? They have done. They have dug this point down. They realise it's pointless and they need to attack and support their comrades on village, or just sit there and just do attrition on tickets. But with 2 strikers overwatching on Papanov, it is going to be very hard to secure this area now. They need to get some sort of outflanking manoeuvre on these vehicles and get some overwatch positions. But at the moment, red team could take this back at the last point. So Fant here. Line in wait. Nice shooting from Fant there. Taking down the 2 guys that are moving in from the northeast. Good play there. Striker's moving off. Vehicle just been taken out by the striker. The only saving grace is if the striker runs out of ammo. That's the only saving grace here from the blue team. They have to defend this point now with as much with everything they've got. But being watched by 2 strikers, it's not fun. But UTF are now slowly in the biggest sporadic, widest formation I've ever seen. Are now moving off this area and maybe going to village, maybe going northwest. Don't know. But at the moment, they need to put pressure on village to bring the guys off. But Exacted and BGK are slowly moving in. BGK have been pretty much more wiped out in the northeast. Great play from Fant there, moving from the northeast, taking down the 2 guys on the fence line, moving north, adapting his position. He knows there's a striker there, so there's not a lot he can do. But he's watching the guys coming in, outflanking them, so as a red team rush in, they're unaware of a Russian guy behind them. He might have seen this guy, might have not. I am lagging a little bit, lads, so I do apologise for that. Oh, unfortunately, Fant actually been taken up from the reinforcements there from LD on that rally, which I don't think he knew there. Yeah, I am slightly lagging. I don't know what's going on there. Bouncing a bit. My ping's been pretty good for the last couple of days, and now suddenly it's starting to play up a bit. So hopefully second round I might be able to rectify that. But if you guys are experiencing lag in the commentary or the game itself, I do apologise. My ping has been a bit sporadic over the last couple of days, but it has been okay this week actually. There's no reason why it should be jumping like that. I am on wireless, I've just moved house, but it's been pretty good. So I might have to do a reconnection. In fact, I'm just going to just move my router a bit. So 36 tickets blue team, 12 to the red team. This game should have been over about 10 to 20 minutes ago, I reckon, in favour of the blue team if they did not waste all those tickets and manage to take village. They lost a lot of tickets down here when they placed that hab and fob and lost the vehicles. Bad play from BGK on that sector there, not securing their flanks. You know, they got overwhelmed pretty quickly. That's probably the quickest fob and hab I've seen put up and take down by the enemy. They failed to put pressure onto the village as much as they can. UTF got distracted by a 2-man Sergeant team on here on Hilltop. That means there was literally a whole squad and a couple other guys defending that area, which took off a lot of defense guys. And now Zelixty have been pretty much hammered from all sides over the last 10 minutes from the northwest and west. But Zelixty have put up a valiant defence against 2 strikers and 2 squads moving in. But without UTF moving in right now, being that distraction force, Zelixty might have just lost this whole compound. So there's been some major flaws in the attack and defence from both teams on this side. Some bad decisions have been made from both teams. Red team, I'd have thought, had it in the beginning. Blue team came back. Red team came back. Blue team holding it off. So it's been quite a good game and quite a good stream to watch or commentate at the moment, that's not been static, or it's not been, you know, one-sided. There's been a lot of to and fro, and we are at 25-5, so it's been quite close throughout the match. If blue team made some good decisions, you know, in the last 10-15 minutes, it could have been 100 blue and 5 red. So red team have done very well to come back like this and only have 20 tickets in it. BTR now being moved up by Exacted, but I think that might be a bad call from the Exacted. They can't 10-4. Why would you bring up a vehicle with that many tickets, with that less tickets on your game? Why would you bring up a vehicle such as a BTR at that stage of the game? That is ludicrous. I can't believe Exacted just did that. Extremely bad play. And what is happening over here? We are in a camping match here. What's going on? What's happened in the last 5 minutes? I can't believe it. Why have they this whole, yeah, so Hab's been taken off. This is just crazy what's been happening here right now. But Exacted to bring out that BTR at that late stage of the game. Oh, crikey. I'm glad they're not my clan or my squad, because that driver would have got ripped for whoever authorised that. That was terrible. But blue team are 8, red team are 4. This is so fucking close, guys. This is so close. It is literally do not give the fuck up right now. 7-4. They just need to kill that striker. They've got 3 squads here right now. 3 squads. Why are there not RPGs coming down left, right and centre on that striker? I don't know what's going on here, lads. You got 3 squads here. And that is it. United States Army win. A vehicle obviously got killed. I did not see that last 7 tickets go down unless 7 people gave up. Guys, thank you very much for joining me for the first round. That was so close. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I thought the blue team were ahead all the way through that match pretty much. And at the end, they just wasted those tickets on the fob and Hab and that vehicle, or whatever happened to those last 7 tickets. I have no idea. But crikey, that was close. But anyway, we're going to have a 5-minute break right now. Thank you very much for joining. I hope to see you in round 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to CCFN 157. I'm your host, XD Ranger Goo, and I'm going off the map. Where am I going? Over here. Okay, so we are round 2, and the red team, or team 2, won the last round. Shockingly won it. Great play, great comeback. Well, it wasn't really much of a comeback, I would say. I'd say they won on the attrition on the tickets. They managed to outshoot the blue team big time, bringing down those tickets, taking down that fob and hab and the vehicles, and causing absolute havoc on Papanov with those 2 strikers, taking out tickets left, right and centre. The blue team did very well to come back, bringing back down their ammo depot after the rush from LD, taking out Hilltop and Papanov, and I see this is why I thought they were going to do it. They managed to completely surround Small Village, but just wasn't able to capitalise on that cap. Azakted did a nice little play here, taking down Hill 1, 2, 3, which stopped the reinforcements coming in, but they just did not communicate well and move into Small Village and take that flag. If they did that, they would have won the game. And then red team came in on the outflank of the Hilltop, came around the outflank of Hilltop here, and caused some havoc, which meant that the blue team brought back at least a squad and a bit to defend Hilltop against 2 enemy attackers. So nice sneaky play there, putting pressure onto Hilltop, which took away a lot of defense and attack guys away from Village and Papanov. So yeah, I was very surprised that red team won that. I thought blue team had it in the bag midway, but a lot of bad decisions from the blue team resulted in a lot of wasteless tickets being lost, and allowed red team to get that overwatch on certain points and lay down fire and take out those guys, causing massive amount of tickets lost. But anyway, this is a new game. Let's see how the blue team bounce back in this game. The blue team last game didn't take any BTRs or any ship boxes or anything like that. We know that there's a BTR involved and a ship box. So 2 BTRs and a ship box coming in, and all the strikers are being used on this side as well. So again, it's a very linear type of map, but it is one of my favourites. I do like the aesthetics of this map. And there is a lot of opportunity for outflanking, but Papanov and Village there isn't. But once you get into the other kind of cap zones, there's quite areas where you can outflank. But the main point and focus of this initial attack will be on this crossroads and Papanov and Village. So we have started. So they are sending the usual guys to go south to catch these points. Something's happened here with Exacted. It might have flipped the logi, so it's not a bad thing. But BJK Tempest will have to stay at Village to try and cap it because they're 1 man down here. So they're only going to have 2 strikers coming in around the corner. BTRs will be able to get on point before the strikers do. So there's a triple rush on the Papanov at the moment. I am lagging slightly, guys, for some reason. I am just going to hold here on the camera. I am just going to... Okay, so... Again, let's not do that just this point in time. We're going to miss a lot of combat here. So why would you bring a logi that far up when you know that the BTR is going to be there? Wasting the logi there. Again, the thing with this kind of map, it takes practice and skill. Oh, BTR been taken down by maybe a hat there, but it takes a lot of practice and skill and dummy runs, learning this map and where you can go with the strikers. And so another BTR taking fire on the striker. That striker will go down. The XD managed to rush in there. It's very rare that they manage to get in, but they are being taken out by the BTR. So blue team have managed to rush Papanov, but they would have been a lot more successful. UTF didn't waste that Logi and on the run there. Now, with this kind of map, it's practice, knowing how long it takes a BTR to get that point, how long that striker gets down to that point, how long the Logi is. Now, any kind of clan that's done the practice runs on this map, you'd never rush a Logi or a vehicle all the way up here, because you know that BTRs can get here and cut this whole area off. So they should have rushed up here on the eastern side and support, or go straight into village and stop here. Not like that at all. So that was tickets wasted. But ZXD have managed to get in, but they are losing their forces. Papanov has been, well, I do have quite a few red team in the north, but blue team, I've got a nice hub up on the east like the red team last time, and they've pushed in and taken Papanov. There's only a few red team alive. Village has been secured. There is LD have come into Hilltop all the way round behind with a truck. Now, I've never seen that before. I've never seen a long diversionary rush tactic type thing, if that's what you call it, in a troop transport all the way down here. That's strange, but necessary. They know that the main kind of hub point on this side will be there, so they're not, the blue team will not be expecting a rear attack for this point. But BJK Steve Jobsless, because he's in a strike, he's not going to be able to hear these guys here. Kerbal could go boom, might be able to spot them as they come up, but this will be a nuisance for the blue team. The blue team need to react quickly, and blue team have secured Papanov. Quite surprisingly, they managed to drive in. They lost those two BTRs. You know, those two BTRs pushed out from Papanov, and the striker just waltzed in right for the main gate without being really engaged, and they managed to secure it, which is very surprising. Red team had 3 squads there, I believe. They should have defended that point easily and a lot more effectively than the blue team did last time. So blue team are unaware that there is a insurgent force from the red team coming in from the south. Hopefully my ping is going to stay stable. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, looks like my ping's going to stay stable. So red team are moving in on the southeastern side. They know that there's a hab and fob there. There's not a lot of blue team there, so they are going to catch them unaware. Looks like the ship box has been taken out by a heavy anti-tank with this one shot. It's 219 to 180, but this fob and hab is and will be taken out. Now, Exacted heard the vehicle moving on the east, and it doesn't look like they've told their teammates that there is a vehicle moving up on that side. So they will take down this fob and hab without cutting resistance, because there is no one in the area to come back to defend this point. And there we go. The fob will be taken down. That is tickets going to be lost. So why didn't Exacted, or whoever it was, yeah, it was Exacted on this here, hear the transport come up and inform the enemy where that's gone? There have been no correlation at all between the two between the squad leaders there. So blue team have secured Papanov. Village has been secured, so they will secure that now. Red team will be moving in from the eastern side, so there's going to, but UTF has pushed out from the west very quickly. Nice play there, so the blue team don't get bottlenecked into Papanov. So they are pushing far west. There is a hab there. Exacted now pushing on into Hilltop. Exacted being caught out in the open there by a south and northern point. I think that was a cornet. There is a weapon emplacement somewhere. Definitely not in the Hilltop. It must be over here somewhere. Or was that a striker that had been taken out? I don't know, but there's definitely a... I swear I heard a cornet So we've got a heavy AT on the far eastern side there, watching for reinforcements of vehicles to stop ammo and or basically lodges coming up. Not a lot you're going to do with one of those on a striker, just cause a nuisance, but it will stop a logi coming up to do reinforcements of the habs. But at the moment, the only thing they've got is a fob down on Papanov, but they really need to try and push out somewhere else. Maybe ammo depot. Come down this road and put something on the ammo depot or somewhere around here. But they need to secure this area right now because they're going to be outflanked on the attack, which is going to cause an absolute nuisance when you're trying to get on that high ground and silhouette it. So nice play from Guardians here on the high ground, watching that approach coming in on the outflank of Exacted. UTF did have a push and attack on the northern side of the Habib, but they have been taken out. You are easily spotted in this kind of terrain as Americans, so they are kind of skylined and a bit of a disadvantage attacking the Hab. And as we expected, as Exacted move in on the eastern side, they're getting engaged from the southeastern side, so they're in a massive disadvantage here right now. They need that support. But Red Team have moved into Papanov. I missed that initial attack, but Red Team moved into Papanov, taking ZXD by surprise from the eastern side here. They could take this flag point. So LD and P2 on Papanov came in from the east there, taking out Papanov or ZXD defenders by surprise, and now they're kind of at a loss because they don't have a fob or hab. They need to get a defensive point. They just moved off the cap. Common mistake from a lot of clans, being, you know, comfortable where they think they've got the west and south secured. There's no way they could come in from the east, you know, because that's just way off the map grid there. And they just move off, feeling comfortable, pushing out, and they just didn't leave enough defenders and got caught unaware there at the moment. So Papanov has been secured by the red team. Unless blue team move in or have a change of tactic, they will lose this flag capture, and that'd be a lot of tickets lost and gained for the red team and blue team. Yeah, so there's a neutralization. Nice play from LD there on Papanov. Great play. You couldn't ask for better than that. It caught them by surprise. Blue team are kind of spread out all over the place. Don't know what they're doing. Don't know. There's no coordinated attack here. You know, you got blue team moving in from the east on the Papanov. They eventually will maybe move in and retake it. You got blue team coming in from the south here. They're moving on the small village. Moving on the small village in case Papanov gets taken. So they do have a defence here. There's a nice and quick reaction force there. But red team do have sporadic forces out to watch for outflanking manoeuvres. So nice play from Guardians, watching the high ground. And that's what you need. They're all kind of just sat there. You can see, you know, nice and prone, watching for enemy kind of outflanking manoeuvres. So blue team unaware that there is this enemy. They are pretty much surrounded by enemy, but I don't think there are enemy RPG guys here. Yeah, so there are no RPG gunners here at the moment to take on that striker. So they are just going to sit there in a triangle formation from trying to figure out what to do on that point. So 169 to 209, big lots of tickets there by the blue team. The blue team had this at the start. They defended, they could have just pushed out gradually with the 3 other squads, defended that point, but unfortunately they are now on the back foot. The blue team really need to bring this out the bag, retake Papanov. They have to push up, they can't allow the reinforcements to come in. But anybody moving in is going to come in from the southwest side with the red team pushing in. Outflanking the blue team, but they need to get people into Papanov straight away. So right now the blue team are spread all over the place. They don't know what's going on at the moment. You got blue team here moving on the east, but they're being taken out. Striker moving in, but the red team has secured this area. The blue team trying to move into the northwest. Not a lot happened there. So at the moment, blue team a little bit dysfunctional and unorganised at the moment. They've been taken by surprise on Papanov, and the red team are now moving in and securing this area. And now the blue team are going to be on the back foot defending village. But if the blue team do not get that defence right on village, red team will easily push in and overwhelm the defenders. So red team now moving in on the western side of the village. P2 and FWF. ZXD struggling to keep these guys at bay. There is at least two of half a squad here pushing in right now. So red team will secure village. No progress has been made on Papanov. The game has just totally failed for the blue team right now. Everything is not working for them. Red team are outgunning them, outshooting them, outmaneuvering them. Blue team just can't do anything right at this present time. And red team are now, they're kind of seeing the victory in sight right now. They know village is being, might be taken. There's little defence in there, so they're now pushing up to Hilltop. Great play from Guardians, predicting Hella Mogley Abbey. I don't know what that means. But great play from Guardians, pushing out to Hill to cut off the enemy reinforcements on that sector. So the red team have just adapted so well this game, where the last game, they didn't perform that well, throughout the match. And they managed to bring it back in the last, 10 to 15 minutes on that attrition kills, taking out a certain amount of vehicles and habs and fobs. And FWF, what are they doing here? Looks like they're going to do an outflank maneuver here with their vehicles. And yeah, so, red team were on the back foot all the way through, and they managed to take out those key points to bring back down the tickets on the blue team. So the red team managed to win the last game, and which was surprising. I thought blue team had it, but straight away on this side, the red team took Papanov. You would have thought, right, red team have Papanov, but the blue team did a ballsy move, charged a striker, or ZXT charged a striker right into the centre and managed to secure that whole area, take down 2 BTRs, secure Papanov, but then left it. Papanov was pretty much undefended. They knew that there was enemy coming in from the east. They lost a fob and hab on the eastern side. They knew that there was enemy coming in from the east, and they just left Papanov and left it undefended, and everybody just pushed off. There were sporadic blue players all over the place, no real kind of organised attack. So red team managed to capitalise off that falter from the blue team, moving into Papanov and just catch the blue team fully unaware, where the blue team were all over the place and the red team were quite concentrated in certain areas, just overwhelmed the defenders, and moving in from the western side on village just took that straight away. And now the red team taken hilltop as well technically, and I think the last point of defence will be village on the southeast side. So unfortunately the red team have severely outplayed the blue team on this point, and they even pushed as far down on this point here. FWF came down on, we saw that vehicle earlier, FWF come down here on the south side, has been engaged by the blue team. So striker versus Lodgy's truck, not going to go well for the red team. So that's a small amount of tickets lost for the red team, not a big loss. So they look like trying to outflank on village, so they're looking 2 caps ahead. They can sacrifice a squad to go into village, sacrifice another squad to go to hilltop, because they know they've got this whole area secured, and the blue team are massively on the back foot right now. So nice ballsy play from FWF and the red team to going down to that village, try and cut the game short. But blue team are now trying to push in from the eastern side of small village, but they are on the back foot. I don't think they're going to take this unless they can take down P2 quicker than they can take down them. They need to retake this point. So blue team secured down the southwestern side. Nicely done there. Striker's going to try and move up in the southwest. Come up behind the red team possibly. Try and retake village. But the red team do have a lot of forces. Now Papanov, the lads have just left Papanov, pushing over this hill like a swarm of ants, coming down to northern village. So blue team, what would have managed to push into village or small village and possibly take it, but now red team are now reinforcement from the northern side. ZXT might catch this BTR in the rear, unaware. Well, not in the rear, but in the front. And there we go. BTR engaged by the striker. That didn't last long. We knew that was going to happen. Guardians have still got their foothold on hill 123. So that's not going to be defended. There is no blue guys around hill 123 at all. Shocking play from the blue team on the back cap defence here. $63 tickets to 170. Blue team severely on the back foot. They're going to lose this cap on hill 123. I don't know why they think they're going to take down Small Village, and why they're just attacking this area and not defending hill 123 at all. No one's on Village as well, so Guardians here are now moving off to go down to Village. You know, there's no one on the defence at all. You know, they're surrounded. Bad place in the fob and hab. They should have just retaken hill 123 and concentrate the defence on that, and then push down. Samri's trolling them right now. Sunrays is proper trolling him right now, just shooting. That's quite funny. And taken down by a hat there from Storch, maybe, not too sure, or Spoony. Nice shooting there with the heavy anti-tank on Revenge. Not a good place to put the striker in that CQB environment without any kind of support. You kind of want to sit far from that, maybe on the hilltop shooting down, so it will be kind of, you know, expected to be taken out of that close range when you're in amongst a whole squad there on the defense cap. So the fob is going to be taken down, but P2 are moving up to try and cut this fob being taken down. I think it's going to be a little bit futile at the moment. No point on that sector there, where Guardians still haven't taken down hill 123, surprisingly. So 3 tickets, 2 tickets to 141. This has been a pretty poor display from the blue team on the back defence here. They lost. They took Papanov away from the red team straight away, which was surprising to see from the American team, because usually the Russians are quite strong on that sector. And then they just moved off the Papanov, allowed the enemy to move in from the east. And now, if the communication was set up, and there we are, game. But if the communication was correct with the team, they should have told the team that there is enemy moving in from the east, moving up, taking down that fob. Once that fob and hab was taken down, they knew and are aware of the red team moving in from the east. But they just allowed them to push in and take down Papanov. And that was game, set, and match, which allowed the rest of the team just to move up. There's no defensive hill 1, 2, 3. They just placed that fob and hab in between 1, 2, 3 and small village, and just tried to do what I have no idea. It was like a shepherd's pie. I have no idea what that thing is doing. It doesn't make sense. People were attacking and defending right in between the two flags. They should have picked a flag and defended that point and pushed out from there. But Guardians and Red Team, Guardians played very, very well in that match, pushing out from flag to flag, one flag ahead, cutting off the reinforcements on that road. So great play from the Red Team to push out and recapture those points. But anyway, guys, I have been your host, ZXD Ranger Goo. This is CCFN 157. Again, any comments and criticism at all you have about the stream, about what I'm saying or whatever, please do not hesitate to post up in the CCFN channel, or send me a PM, or chat to the admin guys. Anyway, it's been fun. Thank you very much, and I shall see you next time. Cheers, guys.